In today's video, we'll be seeing some sea creatures that unexpectedly found themselves on land, like this massive deep-sea dweller and this gigantic blood-red jelly. But first, let's meet this sea creature that is sure to give you nightmares. Number 10. Pacific football fish. A second extremely rare deep-sea fish washed up on a beach in Southern California, as per marine biologists. According to Scripps Institution of Oceanography, the body of a Pacific football fish, a type of anglerfish featured in the film Finding Nemo, was discovered on a beach at Encinitas, north of San Diego on December 10, 2021. One look at this sea creature and you'd think it came from a nightmare. According to the institution, there are only 31 known examples of the fish, which is frequently seen in extreme ocean depths. On November 13, 2021, Black's Beach in La Jolla, California was the site of the discovery of the second Pacific football fish, as stated in reports. However, because researchers were not informed at the time, that one was not retrieved. According to the experts, the Encinitas specimen was about 13 inches long and 5.5 pounds in weight. This nightmare-inducing anglerfish dangles its own bioluminescent light to attract prey in the deep depths. It's a good thing this creature only exists in the depths, because I wouldn't be caught dead near that thing. Number 9. Blue dragons. Contrary to what their name would imply, these water creatures are not at all like the enormous dragons you might imagine. They are, nevertheless, just as dangerous as their namesake. A rare sea slug known as the blue dragon attracted attention after washing up on the shores of a Texas park. Although it is only 3 centimeters long, its bright blue hue is difficult to overlook. Their stings are extremely painful despite their little size. The blue dragons have a comparable sting to the deadly Portuguese man-of-war because they feed on it. They absorb the neurotoxins from the jellyfish and store them within their tiny bodies. Poisonous cells embedded throughout the blue dragon's body as a defense against other predators are what make it dangerous to humans. Picking one up or even touching one exposes humans to painful and potentially fatal stings. If you come across one of these brightly colored and adorable sea slugs, remember to admire it from afar and avoid touching it as much as possible. Number 8. Giant squid. You wouldn't normally see these gigantic sea creatures near the surface, as they're usually found deep within the ocean, so imagine the surprise of the people when a giant squid was found washed up on New Zealand's sandy coastlines. The 13-foot-tall giant squid was found on a Farewell Spit tours trip in Golden Bay on September 9, 2022. The group's tour guide Anton Donaldson shared the photos online with the caption, "With 3 hearts, the largest eye in the animal kingdom, and a parrot-like beak designed for ripping flesh, the giant squid is a cephalopod to behold." This specimen was found on our Farewell Spit tour on Friday. Our lucky passengers enjoyed a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to witness one of the true mysteries of the deep. Just look at the size of that thing. If you thought that one was enormous, you'd be shocked to find that there was another one even bigger. This was not the first time one of these deep-sea inhabitants washed up on New Zealand's shores. A 23-foot monster surfaced on a beach in Kaikoura in 2015. Now that is what you call a giant. Number 7. Giant red blob. A family discovered a big crimson blob of jelly on the shores of Peaks Island, Maine. Mum Danielle Ivers placed her 3 children next to it to check how big it was, and to their astonishment, it was considerably bigger than the 3 of them together. The enormous jelly was 5 feet long, which, according to researchers, would have been virtually unheard of in the state just a few years ago. According to Bigelow Labs researcher Nick Record, these organisms, sometimes known as a lion's mane jellyfish, were only a little bigger than a dinner plate a few years ago. These crimson jellies, on the other hand, have been growing in size. It's surprising how big these jellyfish can reach now, given how they were originally measured. They appear to have experienced a significant growth surge. Other lion's mane jellyfish have been discovered elsewhere. Suzanne Beaulieu and her husband encountered one near the edge of the sea at Ferry Beach State Park in late April 2020. The jellyfish, according to her, was around 6 feet broad and had tentacles that were about 20 feet long. That's a lot of jelly. Number 6. Giant sunfish. At the Murray River mouth in South Australia, a rare giant sunfish washed up on the shores. A couple of fishermen on the beach spotted this massive fish. Lynette Grzelek uploaded a photo of it online, claiming that her partner was out with his work crew when they discovered it. They initially thought it was a piece of wreckage, but upon closer inspection, it turned out to be a gigantic sunfish. It is reported that the ocean sunfish, also called mola mola, is a rare find there. However, this was not the most unusual site in which this fish has been discovered. Another gigantic sunfish washed up on a California beach in the same month as the one in Australia. This was reported to be the first occurrence in 130 years. Now that is what you call rare. Sunfish are commonly seen sunbathing in the sun to warm up before plunging hundreds of meters down the water, thus the name sunfish. And because these species are generally located in the tropical waters of the southern hemisphere, discovering one in California was bound to surprise a lot of people. Number 5. Indonesian Sea Beast. Imagine you're on an island going about your usual business when the remnants of a massive sea creature wash up on the beach. That is precisely what occurred on the Indonesian island of Seram. Azrul Tuana Kota, a 37-year-old fisherman, was the first to uncover the body. He initially mistook it for a boat in shallow water, but when he got closer, he saw it was the rotting body of a 50-foot-long dead sea creature. That certainly caught him off guard, I'm sure. Not only that, but this unknown creature had lost so much blood that the water near the coast had become a bright red. You would think that such a spectacle would have deterred folks from entering the ocean. However, this was not the case for the Seram residents. Despite the crimson fluids, they stepped into it to get a better view and even took pictures. Yep, they waded through bloody waters just to get a quick snap on their phones. Gotta give it to them for being determined, I guess. Now, you might be wondering what the heck that enormous beast is. Experts think that this is likely the decomposing remains of a baleen whale, and they say that this was already in an advanced stage of decomposition. Number 4. Fanged Sea Monster. This long creature has the appearance of something from a nightmare with its sharp fangs and eyeless head. Preeti Desai of Texas City uploaded the photos on Twitter shortly after Hurricane Harvey in 2017, with the caption, "Okay biology Twitter, what the heck is this?" This grotesque-looking marine creature was most likely a fang-toothed snake eel, according to biologist and eel specialist Dr. Kenneth Tiga. The marine beast, however, could also be a garden or a conger eel, as all three species live off the coast of Texas and have huge fang-like teeth, according to the biologist. Fang-toothed snake eels, commonly referred to as tusky eels, are typically found between 30 and 90 meters beneath the surface of the western Atlantic Ocean. However, due to the severity of the hurricane, it is possible that the powerful winds and flooding were the cause of this marine dweller's beaching. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. We'll be getting up close and personal with this massive animal. Find out more about this sea creature next. Number 3. Giant toothed sperm whale. Sperm whales are the largest toothed whales, with massive square-shaped heads and the largest brain of any animal on the planet. These deep-sea divers are well known for hunting massive squid and other prey up to 1.9 miles beneath the ocean's surface. That's why when this massive sea creature washed up on shore, many people were taken aback. It drew a lot of attention, but the horrible smell of its decomposing corpse kept most of those curious spectators away. According to news reports, a guy who approached the whale had his footwear destroyed by the decaying fat, while others claimed to be able to smell the foul stench from up to 3 miles away. The dreadful stench was even more terrible than the sperm whale's intimidating appearance with its huge teeth. When whales are beached, their corpses frequently present a hazard, since the gases produced by their decomposing carcasses have a tendency to accumulate and potentially cause unexpected explosions. Number 2. Giant oarfish. Another deep-sea creature was discovered on a Mexican beach near La Paz, Baja California Sur. This deep-sea oarfish, which measured around 20 feet, was not the first of its kind to wash up on shore. These serpent-like sea animals are generally found in tropical and temperate waters, at depths ranging from 600 to more than 3,000 feet. Oarfish encounters are so rare that anyone who has seen them at the surface has found the sea creatures to be either dead or dying. Because of certain reasons, the oarfish has earned a reputation of being called the earthquake fish. When Japan was hit by a devastating earthquake in 2011, an unsettling number of oarfish arrived on the beaches from December 2009 to March 2010. This resulted in people spreading tales and claiming that said creature was a terrible omen that appeared just before huge earthquakes. A similar incident occurred in the Philippines when 2 of the serpent-like oarfish were discovered on the beach on August 8, 2017, the day before a magnitude 6.6 earthquake struck the country's northern region. One was reportedly 12 feet long and the other was 14 feet long, according to reports. Number 1. Blood-sucking lamprey. A blood-sucking parasitic fish that can grow to be 1 meter long has returned to British waters. A lamprey that predates dinosaurs and has barely changed over time was discovered washed up on the sands of Exmouth Beach. Sea lampreys first appeared in the Earth's waters some 360 million years ago. Since then, they haven't changed much. Instead, they have chosen to hide their awful faces from the public eye. The undersea vampire-like species, which also drained the blood of other fish, was thought to have died out in the 1800s. The fish, which can grow to be 3 feet long and was formerly a king's delicacy, was discovered on an English beach. Lamprey was a popular dish in Britain, despite the fact that it was supposed to have contributed to Henry I's demise in 1135. See you all next time.